Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Thursday, May 18. In Squiz Kids Today, platypus return to the wild, Pompeii's scary skeletons, world helium shortage alert, and the dog stuck up a mountain. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
There's been a wet and slippery homecoming in Sydney's south this week as the platypus was returned to the Royal National Park after a 50-year absence. Platypus used to live in the national park, but disappeared 50 years ago after a combination of feral animals, environmental breakdown, and introduced human chemicals into the water saw their numbers diminish to zero. But now, thanks to a breeding program run out of Sydney's famous Taronga Zoo, 5 females and 4 males will this week be returned to the park's Port Hacking River as part of a plan to seed a vibrant new platypus population. To seed something means pretty much what it sounds like, to create conditions for something to grow. Park rangers began this week by releasing the 5 females into the river and will give them a week or so to settle into their new home before releasing the 4 males. Apparently, in the platypus world, males are more pushy and bossy and boisterous than their female counterparts. Does that sound at all familiar? So rangers want the girls to have the chance to find themselves a nice patch of riverbank to settle in before letting the boys loose. I've stuck a link to video of the platypus release in today's episode notes. They really are the most ridiculously cute animals.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the ancient city of Pompeii, next to the volcano Mount Vesuvius in the country of Italy, where archaeologists are celebrating the discovery of 2 skeletons. I know, right? If I came across a skeleton, I would totally run in the other direction. But these archaeologists are excited because these skeletons have revealed more details about one of the most famous volcanic eruptions in history. Way back in 79 AD, so almost 2,000 years ago, the people of Pompeii were going about their business when a huge earthquake struck. And at the same time, the nearby volcano Vesuvius erupted, spewing ash all over the town, burying lots of people alive in the process. Yee! And while that would not have made for an especially pleasant experience for the people of Pompeii, being buried in volcanic ash meant that in lots of instances, bodies were preserved in time for archaeologists of today to dig up and study. The 2 skeletons recently found were found curled up in the fetal position, with one appearing to cover its face, giving archaeologists a glimpse of that person's last moments on Earth. A person who lived almost 2,000 years ago. That's just spooky. I've stuck a link to a photo of the discovery in today's episode notes, if you dare.
Weird science.
What's your favourite thing about birthday parties? Is it the games, or maybe the cake? Oh, I know, what about the helium balloons? Don't panic yet, but there may be a problem with Australia's supply of helium. You see, humans don't yet have the technology to produce helium. There's lots of it in space, and it's the second most abundant element in the universe, but the helium that we have on Earth now is all we've got. It's what's called a non-renewable resource. A company called BOC has been extracting helium from where it is stored in the Earth in the Northern Territory, but that supply is about to run out. So, why does this matter? Other than
Fewer funny voices.
helium is used in important medical scanning machines, in making solar panels and optic fibres, and lots of other essential industries. But don't cancel your birthday party just yet. The rest of the world still has plenty. It might just cost us a bit more to access. But hey,
You can't really put a price on the silly voices you get with helium, am I right?
Aha! It's the Classroom Companion Clarion, letting us know that today's worksheets are linked to this item in the podcast. Squiz Kids teacher, Clever Christie, has created 3 excellent classroom activity sheets, free to access just by visiting squizkids.com.au and signing up to the Squiz Kids Classroom. Nah, you can thank me later.
Animal Kingdom.
Have you ever been made to go on a long walk by your parents, maybe climb to the top of a hill or mountain, and then reach the top and refused to walk back down again? Yeah, my kids have done that too. So, we can hardly blame Rocky the dog, who climbed with his owners to the top of England's highest mountain the weekend just gone and had to be carried back down from the peak by a team of 13 rescuers. Rocky had apparently cut his paw, and decided he didn't much feel like walking all the way back down. And so a team of local rescuers clambered up the mountain, plonked Rocky onto a stretcher, and carried him all the way back down to the bottom. I've stuck a link to photos of Rocky making his regal way down the mountain in your episode notes. Well played, Rocky. Well played.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What gas is the second most abundant element in the universe? Yeah, that's right, it's helium. Question number 2. In which Australian city is the Royal National Park? Yeah, that's right, it's in Sydney. Question number 3. What's the name of the volcano near the Italian city of Pompeii? Yeah, congratulations if you said Mount Vesuvius.
Shout-outs.
It's May 18. Today, my friends, is National Marshmallow Day, so roast a marshmallow today if you can. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Max from Ivanhoe, Jemima from Junee, Raphael from Sydney, George from Lake Bolac, Ariva from Coolum Beach, Olivia from Burpengary, Eliza from Forestville, Nolan from Canterbury, Beth from French's Forest, Jude from Orange, and Jake from Holsworthy. And belated birthday shout-outs today go to Josh from New South Wales, Electra from Plumpton, and Isabella from Kulkan. And today's classroom shout-outs go to Class 3E and Miss Ella at Lane Cove West Public School. And a special shout out to Finn, who's been patiently waiting a long time for his classroom shout out. Thanks, Finn. Also to Class 5-6S and Mrs. Shine at Narwee Public School, Learning Area 10 and Ms. Joyce at Atwell Primary School, Class 5D and Mrs. Ulbrich at Arundel State School, Room 6 and Ms. Seymour at Pointer Primary School in Perth, and lastly to Class 20 at Kenna School in Paraparamu Beach, New Zealand. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.